Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. This is going to be something about nuTSR, Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum slash Ernie, because Ernie wrote this. Ernie is the one who posts as Dungeon Hobby Shop. Now, it was not supposed to be this. There was supposed to be a bonus episode today, and it was supposed to be about the $43,000 unpaid tax bill liability that landed in Justin Lanas's lap. Maybe I'll say that one for tomorrow. What can I tell you? This, however, has been spammed everywhere. It is all over Facebook. If you're in a Facebook group that has anything to do with gaming and Ernie's a member of it, guess what? You've got this spam. I got this spam on last night's video. I will include a link below so you can comment on it. So, here's the interesting things. I'm going to tell you right now, Ernie is playing the victim card. There's no bigger victim in this community, in gaming, potentially in the world, than Ernie and his business partners. And we will show you that. Now, he starts off with the definition of a grifter from Merriam-Webster. And my cat is right now touching my shoulder. Hi, Sadie. A grifter might be a pickpocket. Now, what does a pickpocket do? It takes something when you're unaware, kind of like the TSR trademark that Justin and Ernie stole from Ernie's prior business partners. Whoa! Okay, so we got one definition of grifter there. A crooked gambler. That could be somebody who believes that by they're going to gamble a couple $100, registering these trademarks under allegedly false pretenses, and then extort them or ransom them back to Wizards of the Coast. That's like a crooked gambling aspect, right? Scammer. I know. Showing a stack of Star Frontiers New Genesis piled up, right? Piled up. But it's basically Photoshop. Or, wait, the video with Vince Florio where they were showing the Star Frontiers New Genesis limited edition Christmas release that was blank pages in between. I got that from multiple sources, folks. So that would be scammer, right? So far, all this stuff is describing TSR. I really do appreciate Ernie being so forthcoming in what definition of a grifter is. Confidence, man. Invest in my company. Look. I'm not even. Justin is probably the definition of a confidence man, right? Somehow he can present himself well, and then he winds up being just in it for your money. Grift may come from graft, a slightly older word meaning to acquire dishonestly. Again, like the TSR trademark, or maybe, you know what? Dishonestly doesn't say illegally, right? What was done was illegal. It was just dishonest. Again, you can see how much Ernie values his friends and people who have helped him, because he throws them away the moment they're no longer useful. Now, let's go to the meat and potatoes of this. And this is, I love this, because I know it's not Justin, because Justin has an 8th grade education. He cannot write like this. Ernie can write. He's got some of his father's flowery writing. He just doesn't have his father's content or soul. Now, in light of some recent events of some actual grifters, referring to Jameson and Satine, that's we're not going to say it, right? Because even Ernie's afraid to say it. Okay, have been revealed. We would like to set the record straight. No, we would like to give you our false revisionist history of the events that apply to the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum / TSR. And please give me a reach around as you do it, because this is what it's going to be. All right. The Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum and those associated with it have been accused of grifting. You've been accused of a lot more than grifting, folks. Doxing, sending fake shit to me. Well, let's see, harassing my wife, putting my wife's safety in jeopardy. They're going to go about how people threaten their physical safety. No. Never happened. Only thing that's been threatened, in my opinion, is their ability to fleece others. But maybe that's their physical safety. If I can't put my food in my mouth by taking money out of the pockets of others, that's my physical safety at risk. I don't know. We shall see. So, for all who believe this, I think that is anybody with a social media account. But in any case, for all who believe this, we would like you to know that the Dungeon Hobby Shop and TSR has always been a love project. Well, it's so much love that you fucked over your prior business partners to get the TSR trademark. That is love. It was discarded on the side of the street. Hey, dude, listen, you forgot to renew your trademark. Spend $100 and do it. All right, thank you so much. Love you too. That would be love, right? That's caring. Not what happened here. We have personally put hundreds of thousands of our own money. Here's a huge timeout, folks. Here's a huge timeout. I want to address this line, okay? Because Ernie's been telling people that he did not personally invest in the Dungeon Hobby Shop, but he's talking about our money and hundreds of thousands of our own money to work on both projects. We have personally, if you're saying we, not Justin put $170 some odd down in the house, that's legit. But I have heard from people who heard it from Justin that Ernie put anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 of his own money. This line, we have personally put hundreds of thousands of our own money to work on both projects. Thank you, Ernie, for confirming what I already knew, but it's good to hear it from your own mouth. Thank you. Or your own fingers typing, I guess. That should be more accurate. Not to mention the amount of time so many good people have helped put it all together. This was never meant to harm or steal other gaming businesses, except TSR too, right? We took their fucking trademark and we ruined the TSR name, but that was never meant to hurt them. No, it wasn't meant to hurt them. You didn't give a fuck about them. That's what it comes down to. You didn't give. It was all about me, and fuck anybody else. And if somebody else gets damaged or hurt, so be it. Okay. Oh, and also never meant to harm or steal other gaming businesses. You stole, theoretically, right? That's what's in the courts right now. And they're saying that you, meaning TSR, meaning I guess in this case Justin. But your business partner, your entity should have known that these trademarks were still in use, even if they weren't registered. But you say tomato, I say fucked up. All right. We did this to preserve and honor the Gygax legacy. No, you did this, in the case of Ernie, because this has been your lifelong dream. All right? And listen, I respect lifelong dreams, but not when you do your lifelong dreams on the backs of others by stepping on others and throwing them to the side, like your old business partners, or possibly your brother. Oh, but we'll get to that later. We are lovers of nostalgia. That's right, because you can't live in the here and now, right? You can only live in the past. I can appreciate the past, and I can still live in the here and now. We reminisce of our childhood days playing RPGs that are not played much anymore. That's bullshit. They are played much today. I'm not even going to go there. Never was there a thought of not being inclusive. That's right. You included a Nazi in the company. Holy shit. Can you get more inclusive than including a Nazi and a transphobe? That's inclusivity. Holy shit. I got to give you credit. You and Justin have hit it out of the park. Bravo. That was a narrative made up by the toxic Twitterverse and social media bots. And, by the way, comments made from the TSR and Dungeon Hobby Shop actual social media accounts. And most likely competitors threatened by our existence. Listen, Ernie and Justin, and Dave might still be hospitalized. Justin, here's the thing. I keep receipts. Most people that are following this TSR Dungeon Hobby Shop extravaganza, fiasco, event, whatever you want to call it, right? We keep receipts. We keep screenshots of everything. So we have the original. You're going to say, I know, it's all Deinhardt. It's all Deinhardt. So we had this big split, but then he came back for, the TSR con job. And he's coming back for the Great Vacations. Whatever. Okay, so here we go. Everyone has always and will always be welcome at our tables. So at $100 a pop, right? And can create whatever character they want. Okay, well, yeah. And it better be like a Tenkarian gibberer or make fun of Luke or something like that, because that's what Justin does, right? That's why he publishes games. The narrative was created online to destroy us. This was the narrative you all created for yourselves. It's up there. It's from last summer. If it's really requested of me, I will spend a day this coming weekend putting together screenshots of all of the toxic shit from last summer under the TSR and Dungeon Hobby Shop social media handles, just to make sure that you know where it's coming from. Because like I said, I have receipts, others have receipts. I shouldn't take that long. Okay. Now it's shifted to calling us grifters. You've been called grifters right from the start. I don't think it ever shifted, which is ridiculous. We have never intended to become rich from this project. It never intended to become rich after you couldn't become rich off of TSR. Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum was supposed to be an investment, and then COVID came and really put a dent into the investment. I understand that. Desperation kicks in, and then TSR was the way to grab quick money because you could extort or ransom or whatever words that you want to use. A sell back. We'll be kind. Sell back to Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, their own IP. I don't think it worked that way. As mentioned before, it's a project of love. It is a project that defines you, Ernie Gygax, because this is all you've ever wanted: is to live in your past, run games in the old Dungeon Hobby Shop. I understand that. Guess what? It's 2022. You're about 30 years behind, at least. Okay, where are we? Justin Lanasa was inspired to purchase the property that is the Dungeon Hobby Shop while on a gaming news sheet in Lake Geneva with Ernie Gygax. By the way, Ernie, somebody told me that the idea for the Dungeon Hobby Shop wasn't yours. It was a friend of yours who would have invested. They didn't have enough money, but they thought maybe the two of you guys could get the funds together. And then you left your friend out of the deal when you went and jumped on Justin's bandwagon. Is that how it happened? Because my source is impeccable, but you would never ever throw somebody aside who had helped you in the past, right? Oh yes, you would. Never mind. I'm just talking from experience. I'm just saying. So where were we? Being a museum owner already, Justin saw an opportunity to preserve something special to so many. He bought the property and developed what is now the Dungeon Hobby Shop in Lake Geneva. I'm giving you applause. Paid cash. Well done. So much hate has been thrown our way via social media, which has caused many good people to back away from this project. It's caused anybody who's sane to back away from this project. Okay? I'll be honest with you. You have turned it toxic. Now, when I say you, I'm talking the triumvirate, the unholy trinity of Justin Lanasa, Ernie Gygax, and Dave Johnson. My opinion. I'm entitled to it. But Dave wears his politics on his sleeve like an armband. It's amazing. And you willfully and willingly associate with that and say thank you. So there you go. The Dungeon Hobby Shop is filled with donations and created by many volunteers. And God bless them. They when you guys first started, you didn't seem as toxic and antisocial. It just does. a disservice to antisocial individuals. Just a bunch of fuck nuggets. All right. We have had people who helped this project who have been physically threatened. Who's physically been threatened? I've seen that comment and I've seen that accusation, and I've never seen anybody.
No evidence.
No evidence of a physical threat. Now, I've had literally fake shit mailed to my house. Thank you, Justin. We do know it was you. Appreciate that. Being investigated. But here's the thing. Nobody's ever physically threatened any of the morons over at TSR. What would the point be? Honestly. Okay? Doxed. Go fuck yourself. All right? Without any respect. I'm telling you right now. You all were doxed. You all were doxed. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. All right? My family was doxed. I was doxed. My wife was fucking harassed. And you're going to tell me, oh, I'm a victim. We are a victim.
Oh, poor us.
Blacklisted. Blacklisted. You earned whatever blacklisted you got. And even lose benefits due to false reporting. Who lost benefits? The only person I could think of who might be receiving benefits would be, actually, no, it might be two. Never mind.
Yeah.
And who?
And honestly, they're going to look into it. They're looking into all aspects of it. So if the person wasn't qualified for those for those benefits, then they would shut it.
If there is, I don't know, income sources that were not reported, I don't know how that's false. Actually, false reporting is not reporting, I guess. Understand? Never mind. Well, yeah. I love it when people speak the truth by trying to hide the truth. But in any case, we are pleading to all to understand the facts. Understand, folks. I plead for you. Please understand the facts. And
Don't get your facts from there because they're twisted.
Wait, no, time out. Do your own research. Look at the physical evidence. There are a lot of sites that have physical evidence. Dave Johnson. You can even watch. I hate to say it, Ernie. I used to have sympathy, and then I brought it down to empathy. I have none of it right now. But you can look at Ernie's videos and his interviews. They speak for themselves. Stop believing what you read on suspicious social media. All right. Am I suspicious social media? Again, I bring the receipts, and you've all seen the doxing that I've received. So, and since people on the TSR side have no common sense and no self-control and an inability to not share their wonderful misdeeds with the world, I have receipts. Let's stand together as gamers and preserve the legacy of old school gaming. TSR has done nothing to do any of that. You've done nothing. You are nothing. You want to be relevant, and you are the most irrelevant pieces of shit I have ever known of in my life. The ones who target us aren't. All right, so this is where I guess Justin came in the right. The ones who target us aren't not gamers. They are the grifters with an agenda. I already explained. I went through the grifter definition above. I'm not going to do it again. We can put a stop to this and stand as one against the noise. All right. So I responded to this, and at this point, where others have responded to this, but my response was, let me get this straight, Ernie. You are a business partner of someone that has doxed me and my family, put my wife in fear for her safety. All right. Denigrated the spouses of those critical of Lanasa, mocked the death of someone's child, mocked a special needs child, threatened your own brother's pension, and then, of course, I took a screenshot and I cut off. But, I mean, there's so much shit on the side of TSR. And that's a shame, because that's not how I would have liked to have seen those three letters get taken to the grave. But that appears to be what's going to be happening here. Now, I'm going to leave a link to yesterday's cast as a pinned comment, and you can go and you can see Ernie's words. Again, these are I'm not deleting them. They are so full of. Here's the thing, and this is part of what I cut off. The attitude here is a jailhouse attitude. It's, all the accusations that are being made against us, against TSR, against Dungeon Hobby Shop, against the persons here, no, that's all you. I didn't commit murder. You committed. I'm an innocent man. Everybody, I don't know about him, but I know I'm innocent. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, man. Years ago, when Rachel and I were dating, I was on for those in the New York area, the Deegan Expressway is a pain in the ass for traffic. It was even worse back then. It was a Saturday, a hot Saturday. It was like in the 90s. There was a Yankees game that was being let out before us, so it was blocking traffic up for miles. There was an accident, and there was like a cop directing traffic on the Deegan on foot with a car parked to their side where the accident was, and some dumb mother effer hit my driver's side rear quarter panel. It means he hit right above my left rear tire. And it's a church fan, and he comes out and he starts yelling at me that I hit him. I'm like, dude, you're behind me. Your bumper hit my back panel. How did I hit you? Because you should have turned away from me. And you're behind me. How can I see you? Because then I realized, having dealt with enough, I'm dealing with a jailhouse mentality. And it is deny, and excuse, because you can't take responsibility for your own misdeeds, because that's why your whole life has been. And that's what we're dealing with here. All right? My opinion. I am entitled to it. But I'm making my opinion based upon my life experience and what I have seen in the years as a cop. Maybe you've seen similar experiences, similar attempts at excusing misdeeds and blaming others for their own shit. That's a lot of what we got going here. And I'm not even talking about the yabbering that Ernie was doing at TSR Con about members of his own family. I have too much class. I respect members of the Gygax family, with the exception right now of Ernie, who has shown himself to be what he is. All right. I'm sorry to say that. I really am. Folks, if you like what I do, if you like these casts, I know I can be an asshole, and sometimes maybe I hit something that was one of your favorite things in the world, and now I reveal it to be, I don't know, the rotting shit that it is. If I happen to do that, I don't apologize. It is what it is. I call it as I see it. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, subscribe. That's the best thing you can do. It's the most help you can give. If you don't like it, give it a downvote. That's fine. Don't listen again. It's not meant for you in that case. But I do understand that there are a lot of people on social media, and they are concerned because they're not going to. I can't talk about Satine and Jameson because it could affect me. I can't talk about Ernie because it could affect me. I can listen. If Ernie does something really great and awesome and is a boon to the community, I'll be the first person to come out there, shake his hand, and give him credit. He's not in that spot right now, and I don't think he ever will be. But if he gets there, I'll step up. He has to get there. Will TSR ever be an amazing publishing company and give us product? I don't know. I'm still waiting on shit. Okay? Star Frontiers. The Cult of Abaddon by Vince Florio. I'm still waiting on stuff I paid for via a straw buyer months ago, because I knew if I ordered it to my own house, it would probably be filled with real feces, because that's what Justin likes to probably fling, allegedly. But I haven't seen it, right? So this love of community, this love of giving back that they claim, they can't even give what we've paid for. So take it for what it's worth. On that note, we are still in the midst of the world of COVID. Use your common sense. I'm not your father. I'm not going to wipe your ass, but maybe somebody at TSR will. Maybe. You could ask. Maybe they'll do you a favor. Maybe if you're a local in Lake Geneva. I don't know. It's possible. Other than that, folks, be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. I'll be back again tomorrow. No, wait, not tomorrow. I'll be back again tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Bad Mike, Skeeter Green. We are going to be talking Satine Phoenix and Jameson Stone and celebrity guests and Glitterati. And oh boy, you thought this was juicy. That's going to be probably even juicier because we got Skeeter. Everybody loves a Skeeter.
Look out.
All right, folks. See you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I guess in Skeeter's time, that would be 5 Central.